Hey, welcome back to Go Local Live. I'm Ava Gaudette. I'm here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center, about to have some fun with my next guests. I'm very excited. They are from the Rhode Island-based improv group called Bring Your Own Improv, voted 2016's best comedy show from Motif Magazine, so that's cool. They have great weekly performances here in Rhode Island for audiences of all ages. I'd like to introduce the producer of Bring Your Own Improv, Daniel Lee White. Come on out, Daniel. Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you
too.
I have great news. We're also the 2017 Best Comedy Show.
Hey! Who knew? Motif Awards were just this past weekend.
Yep, absolutely.
Congratulations.
So thank you. Thank you so much.
Holding strong to the title.
Trying.
I love it. So tell me a little bit about Bring Your Own Improv. How did you guys get started? How long have you been in a group?
Sure. Bring Your Own Improv started back in 2008, and it started actually up on Thayer Street, and we were there for a number of years, and then that venue closed, and then Improv Jones let us borrow their venue for a little bit, and then once we finally got our newest venue, the Warwick Center for the Arts down in Warwick, Rhode Island, right in Apponaug. They're a fantastic space with art gallery, and their spaces for rent if anybody needs it for venues.
Good to know.
We want to give some shout out love to them. We've been there since 2011 and rocking strong. Our shows are audience participation. It's not forced audience participation. People are, if they want to volunteer,
if they look
can.
scared, you avoid them.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, we never point anybody out. We ask anybody to volunteer. If somebody points to somebody else, we might say, okay, well, we'll take you for pointing if you want. But we have both a 7 o'clock family-friendly show and a 9 o'clock, as we call, not-so-family-friendly show.
Right.
So it gives each audience a different chance. Some audiences ask us, like, oh, well, is the family-friendly show just for kids? It's like, no, we keep it clean, but it's still good humor. As one family member said, it's funny without me having to explain anything to my child on the way home.
Right. Exactly.
So all ages can enjoy it.
I love that you guys do that, because that is not something that you see very often from improv and, kind of from comedy in general. I mean, I feel like the comedy world wants that ability to maybe go to those places, say the curse words, to get some laughs. But you guys chose to do this version that is family friendly. But I imagine it's difficult because it requires a lot of restraint.
Yeah, you have
to
to
while
go
you're
to your
improving.
second and third idea. Like, nope, I can say this. Yeah.
So do you guys have like a way of sort of getting yourself in the mode of this is my family, flip that switch to like this is my family friendly mode, or are you just so used to it?
You get used to it over time. It takes some work. But the nice thing is when you hit a really good joke, you feel better about it because you didn't have to go to a swear or something. And then we get the reward of the 9 o'clock, which is that we're going to say everything we could. And there's like a thing like, okay, all I have to do is get through the 7, and if I can get through the 7, I can get through the 9, and then I'll have fun. So
that's great.
Yeah, and it's fun. And then when you're working with kids, I mean, they're just up on stage with you. I'd say adults will come out with the same 50 things, ask adult suggestion. They're like, pineapple. It's like, oh, yeah, that's, everyone's
really
going to say
unique.
That. Yeah, but with kids, they're like, I'm a zombie pirate. Neat, let's be zombie pirates. That's so great,
What's the craziest thing a kid ever did that you were?
I mean, that was one of them. I mean, you never know. One of them was like, I want to punch a balloon clown. Like, okay, kid, let's take it on a balloon clown. And, gave the balloon clown a voice that he was already going to town on. And
that's awesome.
I mean, they're
great.
Yes,
to that balloon clown.
Yeah. I mean, kids are already ready for that because
Yeah.
they're in their imagination. And as we get older, we're taught, grow up, get away from that, but kids, they're in that play, they're in that zone, so.
For sure. And you guys offer some workshops and stuff too. Tell us about the Youth Collective.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that you guys offer multiple different workshops at the Warwick Center for the Arts.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about the program.
Sure. We started the Youth Collective a number of years ago as just kind of a thing a lot of parents were asking, like, I'd like my kid to get better. So we gave it a shot. It's for 13 to 18-year-olds, and they get to learn the improv, and then they get a pre-show before a 7 o'clock show. So if somebody wants to go see the 7, and if they come early, they can see the 6 o'clock and see teens trying to do the same thing that we do, and they have a lot of fun. They don't do audience participation,
Okay.
and sometimes they are 13 to 18. Some of the material comes out of their mouth going, "That's not family friendly," but
True.
but they have a lot of fun, and they get to bond. The parents talk about how their kids, gain more confidence when outside of it. They're like, my kid's so much more social. They're more, getting out there. They're, getting out of their shells, and so it's a lot of fun. And we recently increased the number of classes we have because we were getting so many parents that wanted to get in. So that's been
great.
fantastic. And then per request, we are just starting adult ones too.
Awesome.
So we'll be doing that, and that'll be up on our website soon. We are just setting that up. Everything just got approved today.
Great.
So we'll be putting that up on our website soon, and our Twitter and all those other fun things.
Really cool, because improv is actually, good life lessons.
Yes.
That famous, I just mentioned it, the yes and.
Mhm.
It's a great thing. It's if somebody hands you something, you just say yes. You just go with it. And I love that. I think more people should be like that in life, to be honest with you.
One of my favorite skills that comes from improv is listening.
Yeah.
Because you have to listen in order to say yes and. And when we teach that in there, kind of work with that. If you're in a relationship with someone, the more you listen, the better relationship you have. With my partner, I listen to her, she listens to me, and we have a strong, 18-year relationship because of that. When you're in a scene with someone, you're in a relationship then. We're technically in a relationship right now. You're the host, I'm the guest.
Yeah.
That is our relationship. And
Yeah.
as long as we are listening to each other, it's always going to be successful. And we teach that skill, and people bring that to their lives, and they're like, wow, I have better friendships. I have better, in society, 80% of people are not listening. They're just waiting for their turn to talk.
Yeah.
And if we listen, you'd be surprised what you can learn about people.
That is truth. Dropping some truth right here. So I love it. I agree. You can find information on the classes on your website, bringyourownimprov.com.
Correct.
So go there if you're interested in taking some classes, or if your child is interested. So as far as the improv style, I know some improv groups have different styles. What do you consider the kind of thing that you guys do?
Well, since we're bringing an audience on there, we do what's called short form improv. So it's mostly games and things like that. A lot of people ask, and I'm like, well, have you seen Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's like that. And there's another art form called long form, which is fantastic. It's a beautiful art form, but you really need to have taken classes and learn. It can take a number of years.
It's a lot of characters, developing characters.
Longer scenes you
yeah.
have to maintain. You can't go for the joke. You really have to stay in the truth. And that is wonderful art, but it's much more difficult. And
Right.
so some great groups out there have done. One of my favorites ever was Cody Duello, which did Hamilton and Burr before Hamilton the musical.
Wow.
And it was, they improv every night what led up to the duel. And it's different every night.
It's different every night. Oh, that's brilliant.
So they're really great, but with short form, the audience can get involved. There's a lot of great improv all around Providence, and if anybody wants to see it, the Providence Improv Festival will be coming up September, and so you
Awesome.
get to go and pay and see a whole bunch of what Rhode Island and Providence gets to show you. There's also some other groups coming from outside here. There'll be workshops and classes. The improv community here in Rhode Island is very supportive, and everybody's working together, and that's a great place to see everyone.
Love it. Love it. Well, we're going to see a little improv right here and now in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. You have a castmate with you who's going to come out.
Yes.
Jonathan,
Johnny.
come on in, my friend.
All
I'm going
right.
to move out for just a moment.
Okay.
So, we're going to do a little improv. Tell me a little bit about it.
So we're going to play a game called Alphabet, and the way Alphabet works is that each consecutive sentence must begin with the next letter of the alphabet in order to maintain the scene.
Okay.
We may do this successfully, or we may not do it. That's
Not my strongest game. As long as we stay in the lower half of the alphabet, I'm good. Once
Yeah.
I get to N, I start to mess things up. So yeah.
So we just start a scene, and that's basically it. Do you have, for instance, let's say a favorite movie
Favorite movie?
or fairy tale?
Oh, well, my favorite
Story.
movie is way far away from a fairy tale.
Okay.
I was going to say Goodfellas.
All right, so we're just going to use that as an inspiration.
I love it. Okay.
Goodfellas has an F in it, so we'll go ahead and start there.
Okay.
Friend, I need to tell you that you've been there for me for so long.
Gary, this is really not the appropriate time for this. I just really want to have my dinner, please.
How else was I going to tell you but over this plate of steak?
I did not order steak, Gary. I specifically asked for the linguine.
Just look at the steak. It's full and thick, and you can depend on it like you.
Kill me now. I cannot. I'm gluten-free, Gary. I am gluten-free. I cannot eat.
Linguine has gluten in it. I think you've gotten them confused. The steak ate corn. He's okay.
My word, that was beautiful. Really, the corn, it's like the circle of life, Gary.
Now you can feel my love.
Oh, I really can. That's
Pretty, isn't it?
Really, it is. It is. It really is.
Q would have been in there. You skipped it.
I told you once I get to M, I pretty much mess things up.
So we skipped Q.
So we skipped Q. So that would, yeah.
It happens.
So it's as easy as that. Now, we are an audience participation show, so we'd like to see now if you will get involved with us. And
Right.
as we do in the show, we
I'll
will
squeeze in
support
here.
you here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're two big guys. But
I
don't
have
worry,
taken a
you're-
class or two.
Oh, nice.
So,
Well,
But
you're
we're just
one
gonna
up on
jump
both of
right
us.
in.
Yeah.
okay.
We'll jump right in the long form. So, fairy tale.
A fairy tale.
Sure. You know, go ahead and pick one.
Cinderella.
Came from the back. Fantastic. That's got a D in it. So we'll go ahead and start the D. Do you see all of these subjects? They're here for you.
Every one of them? Here for me?
Forsooth, yea, verily, they are here for you.
Great, isn't it? All of them looking upon your adoring face.
How wonderful that they all love me so much.
I don't know how you stay so modest and humble. It's inspiring to me. It really is.
Just don't leave us. We need you.
Kill me. Kill me right now. I can't take any more love.
Larry, we're gonna need the axe. No, Larry, Larry, the sharp axe, please.
Murder, you're okay with murder?
No! Not
Oh.
okay with murder.
Obviously, you don't understand how Kill Me Now works, then, darling.
Please explain to me how you would like to be demised.
Quite easily. Actually, let me think about it.
Really, all these guests are just going to have to wait to figure out how you want to kick the bucket.
Samantha, we talked about this. You're supposed to be a little bit more polite than that. She is royalty, hoity-toity. You know how it is.
Totally, Samantha.
Usually, I have patience for this. But I kind of want to get on with it because your adoring face is prettier than mine.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Very true.
And scene. Cool. We'll
Yay!
stop there. Look at that. It was easy,
Hey,
right?
man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
rock on.
guys.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Bring your own improv every Friday night at the Warwick Center for the Arts. 7 p.m. family friendly, 9 p.m. not so family friendly, adults only, PG-13, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you very much for joining.
Well, that wraps up my show. Up next at the 4 o'clock hour is Kate Nagel with news and politics, and I'll see you next time.